Hey guys, SirPwnography here, and today I'm going to take us through the introductory island of Dark Souls, Prepare to Die on Steam. Just going to do some basic housekeeping. I'm not going to go through the tutorial controls and whatnot, because if you want to play the game it'll tell it all. You can just read the messages that are left on the ground which explain everything to you. So you might notice I'm playing this on 1080. Because of that, you might see a bit of frame rate lag from time to time. The game is only meant to be running 720 and it's capped at 30 frames a second. So because I'm running it at 1080, I'm slightly more likely to experience a frame rate drop when something happens. So when that frame rate drop happens, because it's running at 30, it's going to drop to like 25, a bit more obvious. I'll try to play in a way that avoids frame rate drops, but obviously I can't really control the game. Well, I am controlling the game, I'm controlling the character in the game. Anyway, so yeah, I've gone Wanderer class. The reason for that is the basic stats that I'm looking for, really. Fat demon, I'm not going to fight him. I'm just going to get out of his way, let him do his thing, and run to the side. Yeah, so I've gone Wanderer class. Reason for that is I'm going for a specific build with specific stats. The kind of build that I'm going for is going to be a build that focuses mostly on fast attacks with a magic buff, because I'm going to use an intelligence dexterity build. I know dexterity doesn't do as much damage in PvE, but I'm not going to focus on just PvE, I'm going to do a combination of the two, so because of that, you will see an equal measure of both. Now, I am used to using the PlayStation controller, so I'm a little bit spoilt when it comes to the D-pad. I'm using the Xbox controller at the moment. I wouldn't recommend running this with mouse and keyboard, it just does not perform well. It's not that it doesn't perform well, it's more that it doesn't handle well. So because of that, yeah, I'm running controller, and this is the build that I'm going for. So I've got the Master Key starting gift, so I can get a few basic items which I will show you hopefully in a sec. And then if time allows, I'll have another item, just hopefully later on this evening or maybe tomorrow, I'm not entirely sure. And we will go from there. And I'll basically run you through the book and so on and so forth. Now, apparently I didn't get the Estus flask because I'm a pro. Yeah, let's have a look. Oh. I'm not going to go through the lore and the storylines. If you're really interested in the lore, what I would strongly recommend you do is watch the videos from Epic Namebro or ENB. And this is me just failing like a complete noob. I didn't get the key off him. I normally kill him and get all of the items straight away. I forgot anyway. If you're really interested in the lore, I would highly recommend that you watch videos from ENB, Epic Namebro, or Marcus. Phenomenal vids, really well put together, really well thought out, and make some very good points about the lore of the game, because the lore is not something that's blatantly obvious. The only way you'll ever really see the lore is kind of in line with the rest of the game, in that you really need to work to be able to get the most out of it. You need to figure it out, look at the items, and use that thing between that skull of yours called your brain. So once you use that, then yeah, you're set in the game. If you don't use that, this really probably isn't going to be a game that you're going to enjoy playing. You have to work for it, you have to work it out, and so on. So I'm just going to show you a couple of things. You will just have seen a backstab there. If you run around the back of an enemy while you've got your guard down specifically, you will then proceed to backstab that enemy if you're in the right position with the right weapon. Also, if you riposte, like so, you can parry and then riposte. So you parry as you're being attacked at the right moment, you've got to be sure it's the right moment, and then you can riposte with a standard attack, which basically plunges your weapon into the enemy and breaks their faces. Always good fun in my opinion. So this is the demon that I just ran away from, so I'm going to do a drop attack and miss. Nope, hey. And I'm going to cut his little asshole open. Yeah, he's got a few attacks. He's got a jump attack, just roll away from it. Then he's got sideways and side and back sweep attacks like that. If you're close to them, just roll out of the way. They're not difficult. And he's also got a straight, like a hammer attack where he just hammers the weapon down at you. If he does that again, just roll. He's fairly simple boss. He's the beginning boss for a reason. It sets the tone of the game nicely, and it gets your ass killed. If you want, you can quite easily do this without a shield. You just dodge. You'll see that dodge becomes a very prevalent part in the gameplay. What's the best way of damage mitigation? Just completely avoiding it. Don't take damage and reduce it, only to have to heal it. Just avoid it completely. So you'll be seeing that a fair bit. So that's the tutorial island, and I'm going to take us into the main gameplay area. I'm going to show us a couple of basic items which are quite useful to get. That'll include a really good two-handed weapon called the Zweihander, and some other stuff. Again, I'm skipping the lore. It's not what these videos are about. This is going to be a guide and a walkthrough, and a little bit of entertainment for people, hopefully. So this is the Firelink Shrine. This is the basic place where you start off, and it's like the hub to all of the other areas. Now, I'm going to go on what are classed as suicide runs, so because of that, I'm going to spend all of the souls that I have on levels, and I'm just going to go run and get myself killed. So the first place we go is just up this path here, and that is Petrus Thorland. He will sell you miracles, so if you want to, heal, or if you want to have like knockback miracles, it's just another type of magic, then it's really good to go speak to him. To be able to use miracles, you need to be holding a talisman, which we'll get from one of these here. So we'll start here. These are the cracked red eye orbs. They're used for invading other players, which I am going to use. I'm going to use them before it gets pretty late on that. I want to have some fun. Morning Star, which is not bad, and a talisman. And the talisman, as I said, you need to use for miracles. I'll explain all of that later. Some homeward bones, which are basically items to send you back to the most recent bonfire that you rested at. And Lloyd's talismans, which are designed to stop people healing, which are basically PvP items in my opinion. I don't know if there's a player versus everyone, player versus environment use for them. It probably is, but I've just never considered it or used it. For me, I'm more concerned about just having a bit of fun. Now, the reason I'm running back here, I'll be honest, is because I don't remember if I rested at the shrine, which I did because I leveled up. Anyway, I just didn't want to have to go back to the tutorial island, so I'm going to show you how to get to the Zweihander. Really great weapon. So you run down here. Now, this is really going to be a suicide run, so run down here. And those little piles of bones will turn into skeletons that will destroy you. This is a bit of a later game area that you're going into, even though it's right next to the starting area of the game. FromSoft have a funny sense of humour like that, and put you right next to areas that will decimate you. And we're going to get the binoculars here. Binoculars not really required, it's just a nice item to have in my opinion. And I'm going to die. Come on. Oh. Yeah! Man, I'm like a pro. Like a pro, might I add. Not a pro. Just somewhat like one. And by somewhat, I mean not dying every 2 seconds. Which, to be honest, is kind of the point of the tutorial as well, so that you can play the game in a way that's not going to get you killed every 2 minutes. As I said, damage mitigation, the best way of just avoiding damage is by just jumping out of the way, not letting them attack you, and it saves you having to heal up and waste all your Estus. So we've got some decent weapons there. I'm also going to get the Dragon Crest shield, really good shield, high fire resist. There's also another item I could get called the Red Tearstone ring, which I am not going to get because it's reliant on you being on quite low health. Generally speaking, I don't have a will to be on that lower health because I'm probably not going to have too many hit points, so I'm going to die a fair amount. So having a ring that's based on having low hit points is going to kind of go against the style of play that I'm going to have anyway. It works really well if you've got a lot of hit points and you're low, but for as long as you don't have any hit points, it will just kind of mean that, yeah, sure, you do like an extra however much damage, but only for about 1 hit before you get hit again and then die horribly. So this is an area you can access with a master key, and only with a master key at first. So you do need to play through the game properly to be able to get there otherwise. Again, I have to apologise for the frame rate issues. I'm just trying to do this run quite quickly because I don't want to spend time doing this longer than I have to, so that we can get on with the real important or the real fun stuff. you know, as I said, this really is just kind of housekeeping. I'm doing this because it should be done so that you can just see where these items are. Now, I'm gonna wake this dragon up by picking these up. Always do. And roll. And dead. Can't even roll out of the way. That is just so fast. You died. Get used to seeing that screen. You are going to see that one a heck of a lot. That is the screen that will be the epitome of this game for you. You will die horribly time and time again. Okay, anyway, I'm going to end it at that. These are the basic items that I think you should have. I'll just show you the items quickly. So we've got the Morning Star and the Talisman. The Talisman you need for miracles, as I said. I'll run through those at a later point. We've got the Dragon Crest Shield. As you can see, it's got physical reduction of 100, fire of 85, so really good in the early game. I'm going to be using that to start off with because I'm going to try just to avoid the damage. This is an easy way of avoiding damage. The other shield you do take a little bit of damage, but not too much. And then we've got some humanity, some cracked red eye orbs, some homeward bones, some Lloyd talismans. I think that's about everything. We've got separation crystal, the standard binoculars, and just the standard stuff you get from the first part of the game. Now, as I said, I've gone Wanderer, so I'm going for a very specific build, which is going to be a Vitality, Endurance, Dexterity, and Intelligence build. Those are going to be my main stats, and hopefully that'll come across quite well. I'm going to get another attunement slot soon, but anyway, not important. I'll go through the rest of that shortly with you guys, as and when I'm playing the game. So I'm going to end it here, and hopefully you've enjoyed it, and hopefully it's kind of informed you the game. As always, if you've enjoyed it, as I said, just, you know, hit the like button for me, or really important, if you can share it or even subscribe, that really helps out. So yeah, thanks for your time guys, and I'll see you in the next vid.